Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the Ray-Ban Boyfriend Reverse sunglasses. I actually totally forgot to review these when they first came out. I reviewed the Wayfarer, Clubmaster, Aviator, Caravan, all the other Reverse series, and I totally forgot to review the Boyfriend, so today we're going to be making that review. But first off, I got to thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These frames only come in one size and one size only, and they have 56mm lenses and then an 18mm bridge, so there's not a larger or a smaller lens size when it comes to the Boyfriend Reverse. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video, these have Ray-Ban's polished transparent brown frames, and the lenses are going to be their brown gradient. Now, these lenses are made out of a poly-made plastic lens, so they're not an all-glass lens. And what makes the Reverse series really unique is actually the fact that they have concave lenses and not convex lenses. So typically, a pair of sunglasses would have convex lenses. These are actually completely reversed into a concave shape. And there's actually a reason why for, 100+ years, sunglasses have had convex lenses and not concave, and that's due to optical performance, and also the fact that the lens curving in doesn't actually make contact with your eyelashes like these do. So if I put these sunglasses on my face all the way back like I would a normal pair of sunglasses, my eyelashes are actually touching the inside of the lens, and that is actually extremely annoying, as you can imagine. That's my main problem with a lot of these Reverse sunglasses. So wearing these frames like I would any other pair of sunglasses, with the bridge making contact with the bridge of my face, is just not going to be on the table, again, because the eyelashes are just going to make contact with the lens all day long. Every time you blink, it's going to be annoying. So if I'm going to wear a pair of these sunglasses, I actually have to push them off the bridge of my face about 1mm, and that makes sunglasses hang off my nose a little bit at an uncomfortable angle compared to normal. And it's also going to increase the gap that lets sunlight in unprotected. So as far as coverage from sun goes, they actually have pretty poor coverage right off the rip here. If I push them all the way up against my nose, we can see there's a pretty big gap to let sunlight in unprotected. But if I move them an extra millimeter, there's now a massive gap that lets sunlight in unprotected. And then here on the sides again, there's definitely a massive gap that lets sunlight in unprotected. So not a very practical pair of sunglasses, but they do have Ray-Ban's really high quality anti-reflective material, which makes a really big difference here on the back side. Ray-Ban says this material is going to block up to 70% of reflections, and it definitely does a really good job. And that's a necessity with a pair of sunglasses that have as bad coverage from sun as this particular pair of frame does. Now, as far as build quality goes, these are built relatively nicely. They have very premium and nice 5-barrel all-metal hinges, and they feel really good when opening up and when closing them right out of the box. They feel very solid and substantial, and they weren't crooked or anything like that out of the box. They just looked really nice, really good high polishing here on the finishing, but these are made out of an injected material, so occasionally you're going to see some lines here. For the injection lines of the mold actually were not perfectly polished down, but overall pretty decent quality. And like I said, these frames are made in Italy. And they say that here in the inner right template frames, the Ray-Ban made in Italy. Now underneath, they actually say frames with bio-based material. So these frames are in fact made out of some bio-based material. So Ray-Ban says this is kind of the future of eyewear. And personally, I prefer normal acetate, which actually isn't that unbio-friendly to begin with. It's actually pretty biodegradable. Typically, it's made from plant cellulose or something like that. Now, if we take a look at the inner left template frames, we can see the exact core code and model information there. And then we can also see a painted on Ray-Ban logo here in the top right corner of the lens, and then also a little etched RB logo here in the middle left of the lens for authentication purposes. Now, as far as weight goes, these frames are going to be pretty heavy, coming in at 44 grams. So if you wear these frames for a long period of time, you're definitely going to feel some discomfort. Even though the fact they don't have all glass lenses, they are still heavy, coming into that 44 grams. I believe an original pair of Ray-Ban Wayfarers is somewhere between like 44 and 47 grams, depending on the lens size, if I'm remembering correctly. And these are just a little bit less than that, so still very heavy, even though they don't have those all glass lenses, which is definitely unfortunate. Now, as far as the styling goes, I kind of do like the styling of the Boyfriend Reverse. Some of the other styles I didn't like that much. These actually look really interesting. I actually kind of like the way that these concave lenses catch the light, and the reflections here on the lens definitely look different than something with a concave lens, definitely making them look a little bit more modern and different than those other options. Of course, we can see raised Ray-Ban logos here in the outside left temple of the frames. And then we can also see they do have a metal stem that runs all the way down through the frame, so you can actually heat these up and give them a custom fit to the face as well, which is really, really nice. As far as the lens quality goes, these definitely have good optical quality. Not quite as good as Ray-Ban's all-glass lenses, but definitely still pretty good. There are going to be some distortions here on the sides because of the lens. So if you look in the corners, it's going to be a little bit distorted to my eye. It seems a little bit weird. But when you're looking through them right in the middle, you're not going to have any distortions or anything. That's going to be very clear. But overall, you know, it's kind of a mixed bag. And I definitely prefer just a regular glass lens from Ray-Ban that doesn't have this weird reverse technology. Now, as far as pricing goes, these are going to run you $203 all the way up to $238 if you do get a pair of polarized lenses. So definitely not a cheap pair of sunglasses, much more expensive than the original classic handmade Ray-Ban Wayfarer, which is an absolute staple in Ray-Ban's lineup and does have all glass lenses. And again, that's handmade in Italy. These are just made in Italy, and the build quality on those original Wayfarers are definitely better than these. So these are definitely on the pricier side, especially for what you're getting. You're kind of paying for all the styling and all the new tooling that Ray-Ban had to do to bring these to production. So overall, kind of a mixed bag. Definitely not my favorite, but I also don't hate it either. I definitely understand why people do kind of like something like this. It's definitely very bold and very novel, so you're just not going to see this very often. But with the weight and then all the other downsides, I personally would not add one of these to my collection. But I also do understand the appeal of this pair of sunglasses, and we actually do have a couple of these available on our website, so make sure to check out our website, shadereviewstore.com. We do have these for a substantial discount off the original MSRP, but I'm also going to leave a link in the description down below directly to Ray-Ban's website where they have every single colorway in stock. So both those links will be in the link description down below. But that's all, guys, in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.